What is the one thing you can do to get the most symptom relief from colitis? As you watch this video, I bet you're wondering why I should listen to this guy, this random guy on YouTube. It's because my name is Mike, the Heal Your Gut Guy, and I've healed myself of Crohn's disease, and I've helped many other people heal from other digestive issues like colitis. And if you are searching YouTube, you're looking for answers. When I was first diagnosed with Crohn's disease and I didn't know what was wrong with my gut, I asked my doctor a very straightforward question. What is the root cause? What is causing my symptoms? And he had no idea, but he did know how to suppress them. And that wasn't an acceptable answer to me. I thought he was joking. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you what I do to help people with colitis. Because I've seen people try lots of drugs. I've seen people try lots of protocols, fecal matter transplants, enemas, colonics, you name it. I've seen it all, and I've tried a lot of these things myself. What really worked for us is something called German New Medicine, which was created by a brilliant doctor that had like a 90% success rate with terminal cancer. And yeah, he understood the root cause. Now, I want to share with you the root cause right here and now, but you will literally turn off this video if I tell you. Half of you will be like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I got to give you guys some context. Now, we have to lay a little groundwork here. We have to understand what is colitis. And this video also applies for people with ulcerative colitis as well. Ulcerative colitis is just a little bit, it's like more severe colitis. They're really they are the same thing. I don't know what you've been told, but they are the same thing. One's just greater severity than the other. So if you look up the definition of colitis, it's going to read, it's very simple. It's Latin, essentially, for the colon is inflamed. The colon is this last part. There's your butthole right here. The colon is inflamed. And when the damage gets to a certain point, you'll start to see these ulcers form. So there's like ulcers, and it's inflamed. Now, if you talk to a GI doctor or even a holistic doctor, they're going to go, oh my God, this is inflamed. We need to cut it out. We need to cut it out. Inflammation's bad. We need to cut it out. We need to eat anti-inflammatory foods. We need to take anti-inflammatory drugs. And they don't even know what inflammation is. Well, Mike, that's easy. I mean, just look up what it is, and it's that simple. So what inflammation is, it's the body's response to injury. So instead of trying, what's the best way to stop a sinking boat? It's to plug the holes or to fix the holes in the hull. Not to bail out all the water. Yes, that's important, but you're better off investing your time plugging the holes than you are, making this huge expensive system where you're just pumping out water 24/7. And it's a very profitable system if you're building these things like the drug companies and stuff like that. But we need to understand what is causing the inflammation. And injury is causing the inflammation. Something is injuring your colon. Okay? What is injuring your colon? Well, before we talk about what's injuring your colon, I want to just share with you the irony and the confusion in this field. We're going to talk about, I want to heal my gut. I hear this every single day. I get messages in my inbox, Mike, what do I do to heal my gut? I'm on immunosuppressants and all this other stuff. Your gut it's already healing. It's inflamed, it's healing. But the problem is, something is injuring it. Something is injuring it. What is injuring it? How do we get rid of this thing? And so the founder of German New Medicine, Dr. Hammer, what he did is, he worked for a gastroenterologist's office for a while, And he just started to, he looked at all the brain scans of people with colitis. And he found in their brain stems that there was always a ring, depending on if this part, or this part of the colon was inflamed, there would be a ring in a very specific location 100% of the time. If someone didn't have colitis, that ring wouldn't be there. And so this ring was caused by a conflict shock, a stressful event that caught this person off guard. So in my experience, I've seen people develop colitis after they played American football, and it was like the last game of the season, and they were undefeated, and he fumbled the ball, and the other team got the ball and scored a touchdown, and they lost. I have somebody else who, another football-related story. They were really good at football. They were about to get into a college football team or league, and it was his senior year of high school, like right before going into college. And early in this season, he broke his arm and he shattered it like almost beyond repair. And the doctors were like, "You should never play football again. That your arm is so screwed up." And so it killed his football career. And that's when his colitis symptoms started, around that time. Another person was after breakups, like getting dumped or catching your girlfriend cheating on you with your boyfriend or your brother. I've seen that cause colitis. I've seen colitis get caused by someone not like someone having a birthday party and all their friends not showing up. I've seen someone catching their father cheating on their mother. So what Dr. Hammer was seeing is something ugly and nasty, something indigestible. They couldn't digest something. So for the people with the football, they couldn't digest their football career. They were like obsessed with football. Like they were always digesting football, trying to become better, yada, yada, yada. Digesting their career when they couldn't play football anymore. Digesting their father. How could my father do this to us? Digesting their boyfriend or their girlfriend. How could they cheat on me? Why can't we just get along? Why are they dumping me? Why don't they like me anymore? These are ugly, indigestible situations. So what you want to do is you want to go back in time and ask yourself, what was something stressful going on in my life when my colitis symptoms started? So what's going to happen is, so let's say this person like fumbles the football and they're like, "Oh man, I suck at football. I need to get better at football." So they're like obsessed about football. They're trying to digest football. This is the oldest part of the brainstem. It tries to digest anything. It really does. And so the body starts to develop extra gut cells. You'll get these growths. And you go, "Oh, well, that's crazy. What are you talking about?" Go look at your colonoscopy. You'll have polyps. You'll have bumps. You'll see thickening of the colon wall, which is kind of harder to see, but it reads on reports, thickening of the colon wall. And so when this person decides I'm done with football, I'm not worrying about football anymore, or maybe they become competent at football again or something, the body goes, "I don't need these extra gut cells anymore," and it starts to get rid of them. So just boom, just removing, like imagine you have like this growth on your arm and all of a sudden your body's like, "All right, let's get rid of this," and it just starts to disintegrate. It's going to hurt, it's going to bleed, and it does this with the help of bacteria and fungi. Bacteria and fungi are helping breaking down these extra gut cells as they go out. You crap them out. And if the conflict remains resolved, then the gut cells get removed and everything goes back to normal. But what usually happens, so let's use another example of someone's, "Oh, my girlfriend cheated on me with my best friend," or "I got in a fight with my girlfriend." So when we're in a fight, the gut will develop extra gut cells. I can't digest women. I can't digest what she's saying, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we kiss and we make up. The body no longer needs these extra gut cells. It starts to get rid of them. And then, you know, we get into another fight and it goes, whoa, 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 don't get rid of all these gut cells just yet. We still need them. We're still digesting this. And this can go on and on and on and on and on and on for years. Then we start to perceive foods as hard to digest. And then your colon starts to develop extra gut cells just to digest, you know, oh, he says that food's hard to digest. Let's develop extra gut cells. Stuff like that starts to happen. So how do you get rid of your colitis? How do you get rid of this? So we need to understand that, well, I have as you can see here, I have a 30-day guide. It's a video guide and a PDF guide. It's in the description below. It's absolutely free. You can watch it here on YouTube, and you can click on a link and you get the PDF version. It's 2 pieces of paper, and it shows you everything that I did, and it goes into a lot more detail on what you need to do to heal your colitis. But the most important thing to give you the most symptom relief is to understand the root cause. And the root cause is psychological. It's not caused by food. I know you might react to certain foods, but we have to remember that the brain controls the gut. You got the holistic community telling you that there's a second brain in here. I don't see one. I don't see it. I don't know about you. I don't see it. It sounds like bullshit to me. And the results confirm the bullshittery, because it doesn't work. These people are on these diets forever and they don't work, and they suck. They're not tasty. So the brain is controlling the gut, and that's the brain. And only the brain can tell the gut to develop extra gut cells. And what Dr. Hammer saw is the rings would be sharp. They would be sharp rings when it was conflict active and the gut cells were growing, and they would be like washed out rings when the conflict was resolved, or they were stuck in a hanging healing and they were having lots of symptoms. And you know, these rings would slowly heal and fade away and they wouldn't have any symptoms. Hence, people who didn't have colitis symptoms never had these rings there. That's how this works. It's the body trying to digest something hard to digest in your life, and if it's sticking around for a long time, then you have lots of hard to digest things in your life that you haven't completely gotten over. And in this this video guide, in this PDF, I show you how to do these things, and I see tons of people get lots of results in just 30 days. So guys, what I want you to do is go down below and leave a comment. Comments help me out a lot. Pay it forward. Leaving a comment can boost this video in the algorithm. Hitting the like button can boost this video in the algorithm and save somebody's life. I've seen multiple people die of colitis because they did not understand the root cause. I've seen people burn through thousands of dollars on holistic and modern medical remedies and suffer greatly just because they're not addressing the root cause. It's psychological, it's stress related. I want to show you how to do this. Go watch this video. I'll show you what foods to eat, which foods to avoid. You know, it's a very straightforward and simple process, and we just go into a lot more detail in this video. But my name is Mike the Healer Gut Guy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.